Interesting. How's everybody doing today? Uh-oh. Took that one too quick. Never had a chance to get through there, did you? Just back you up. Flip the switch. She moves through there. There we go. There. That'll fix that. Hey, love my drones, how's it going? Kyle, Rachel, Jesse, how's it going? Decided to run the trains around for a little bit today. I actually planned on doing a little bit of work on the layout, but I'm kind of getting a little bit lazy. I got to drill some holes to run some wires down there for switches. Just haven't gotten around to it yet. Did do a little bit of work over here on the town now. Got some of the striping in there. Most of it's all done. It's still got another white stripe I got to do. I haven't done that yet. But I'll get around to it. It's all good though. Dodger Bend Railway, how's it going? I'm pretty good. I'm just running the trains around a little bit today. Pretty much showing off one half of the layout. Still got the other half to do. Hey Brock, Sky Pilot, how's it going? Yeah, absolutely. Doing it, absolutely. This is N scale. Not modeling any particular error or anything like that. I just put it together, just having fun with it. It's been fun. Typical derailment. Thought I had that issue solved, but I guess I don't. Get it going. There you go. Geez, these guys just don't want to do what they're supposed to. There we go. Okay. This one needs to go the other way. I think we finally got the message. There you go, back it up. Yep, push them right off the track. Okay, got that one fixed. Let's get this other one fixed. That ear going wrong, there you go. Much better. Yeah, you guys probably can't see what's happening right here, but got one of these locomotives in reverse because we derailed for some reason. And there you go. Thought I had that derailment issue fixed yesterday, but I guess not. So I have to take a close look at it again and see where the issue is at. It's alright now. Sometimes the bridge gets a little twisted. Just a little twist will set it off. Should be alright now. Net dragging. Might about time to out, huh? Looks like he doesn't like symbols is what it is. Oh, he derailed again. Alright. It's obviously going to be an issue. I always figured. You get something working right, and then all of a sudden, boom. Issues. And it's always when you're doing a live stream, too. In the train community, we call it the spark factor. Come on that time, okay? When it gets over to here is when he derails. Let's start this up. Let's see if it does it again. Alright, we'll see what happens. Really? Yeah, there's settings in there. I haven't went in there and turned off some of them yet. How's it going there, JNC Fishing? Running the train around the layout today. Trying to look out some bugs and some derailment issues. Let me see what it does. Got the camera set up where it usually derails at. And right where he passed is where it usually derails, but he seems to be okay right now. He comes back around, I'll put the cars back on him, see how he does with all the cars on him. Getting ready to come around now. Oh, then you should definitely get another setup then. These things are fun, man. Relaxing too. Putting the last car back on the track now. Alright, getting ready to connect them all up. Alright, let's see what happens. Alright, he's off and running, so let's see what it does when it comes around. If anything, you guys get to see a derailment. So we'll see what happens. Alright, it's coming around the corner. So far, so good. No issues. There's a switch right there too. I just flipped it a few times. Sometimes it get out of whack, but usually with Kato, it's pretty good about that. Christmas City? No, I don't think so. Although Kato does have a nice Christmas train they just came out with. It would look good on the track though, but this isn't set up for no kind of winter theme or anything. I mean, it can be done, but you have to put all that white crap on here and then clean it all off would be a hassle. If I was going to do something like that, I'd probably leave it. Like it was snow covered or something. Oh wow. Yeah, this one's in all shape too, but it's like 8 foot. 8 foot one way and 3 the other. Something like that. 5 foot. Oh, I'm not even sure now. But it's right here in the corner of the living room. Which is a good place for it. Normally the dining room table would be right here, but put this over here instead. I quit smoking November of last year. So I told the wife I was going to go ahead and use the money from the cigarettes to expand on the train layout. That's what I've been doing. And she's okay with it. Because now I'm not smoking no more.
More than okay.
Yeah, she says she's more than okay with it.
And the wife has a name.
Yes, her name is Tracy. She wants to be around me. You know, before it was like, don't say my name. So I just got used to saying the wife. Now she's like, I have a name. So yes, it's Tracy. But I did do a little bit of work on it over the last few days. I'll show you real quick. Basically went ahead and did some more work on that road right there. And I stopped right there. I don't know who's trying to call me, but they just got put on the do not call me list. So how's everybody doing tonight? Hey, Net Dragon, I didn't mean for the Nightbot to time me out there, but apparently Nightbot does not like a bunch of symbols. And like I said, I haven't had a chance to fix that yet. As long as you don't do a bunch of symbols, you won't get timed out by the bot. Hey, Max's Model Railway. Well, here's the train yard right there. Then over here are just all the spots that I haven't done yet. But I do got my engine shed right there. There's my little steamer. I think I burned them up though. There's an industry back there. Of course, right there is the Joplin Depot. John Tanzillo built that for me. Oh, what's that in scale? Irish train guy, how's it going? Mr. RC Dad, how's it hanging there, buddy? If you guys ever wanted to have a building built for you on a 3D printer, that would be John Tanzillo. He built that Union Depot right there for me. And then once I got it, I had to go ahead and put it together and paint it up, weather it, and do the scenery for it. Which it looked, it turned out pretty good. But once I get around the corner there with the ground foam and scenery, it's going to look a whole lot better. It hasn't been tied into anything yet. At least you guys get a chance to see what's going on with it. Definitely a work in progress. Change the views again. Whoops. Bumped into the camera stand. That's right, Jake. It's always a work in progress. Yeah. I had to move it over a little bit. He smashed into it. Guys need lights. Yeah, that's better. I also haven't got a chance to do my lights around the layout either. I got some lamps, that I bought on eBay. Little street lights, lights. Haven't put them on yet, but I'll get to it. I don't know where he's not dragging. As long as you don't put too many of them symbols in there, you won't mess with it. But like I said, I just haven't went in there and changed that setting yet is all. Uh-oh. Now it says no cast. I have to fix that. I haven't been running this chain as much as I should, so we need to get a pretty good workout. There we go. Change the camera angle too. I think this thing's got a delay on it. There we go. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Nightbot's a pretty good bot. Just get along with him and he'll get along with you all right. Soft spoken, how you doing tonight? Wow, this thing's definitely got a delay in it. So I got this thing filming on the one phone and I'm watching it on the other. If I kind of sound far away, that's why. I didn't realize it was getting this dark in here. I have to turn on a light. Well, that might help just a little bit. Now I'm just going to move it around some more. Yes, Nut Dragon, I am. I already have them. I just haven't put them on yet. But I will. Absolutely. Trying to think where they're at. I'll grab them out and show them to you. They're in one of these boxes right here. No, I don't think they're in this one. Well, they might be. We'll check this one real quick, see if it's in here. Yep, I think it is. Maybe not. I'll know in a second. And not in this one. Give me a moment, guys. When you do this kind of stuff, you end up having a bunch of boxes with different stuff in them. Wasn't in that one. Which means could be in this one. I need to get them out anyway because I plan on installing them. And they're not in this one either. Well, not too many more places they could be. Over here. Oh. We are getting closer though. Nothing there. Oh, yeah. Still looking. Found them. There they go. Alright, let me get one out here. Oh hell. Alright. That's it right there. And as you can see, it's got the little LED down there up underneath it. So these are the ones for the yard. And that gives you an idea how big this thing is. I mean, this is my finger right there. So that's how small that is. And that is going to go over here in between those cars right there. And over there on the depot as well. Let me show you the other ones. Get them out here. Now these are more typical neighborhood type ones. So get this open here. There we go. All right. And that'll be this one. This is the one that'll be like on the streets. And again, you can see how big it is. Hey Joe, just showing my street lights that I'm going to be putting on the layout. So these are the ones that are going to go in the neighborhood and in the town. And after watching Toy Man's live stream the other night and seeing that he got his lights on his, a nice little motivation to get mine done. Which I plan on doing here soon, hopefully. Hey, Cheryl. I'm sure I missed some of you guys' names, but I'm not watching the chat at the moment. All right. Hope we can see more trains coming around the corner. I've already turned the camera, it just takes a minute for it to catch up. There it goes. You guys haven't had a chance to support each other, please do so. Now, Joji, I was hoping it would come today, brother, but the mailman didn't bring it. So hopefully it'll be here tomorrow. Or whenever it gets here. I know it'll get here at some point. No, not that I'm aware of. Why, did something happen in that Dragon? Once you got timed out again for 600 seconds, that's 10 minutes. Yeah, I have to adjust the settings on that Nightbot, guys. It does that when you do those capitals or too many symbols, it'll do that. I gotta adjust that. Sorry about that, NetDragon. That's just Nightbot. He's doing his job. I just haven't changed the settings is all. But I will, I promise you. I'll get in there and do that tonight. That way that don't happen to you no more, NetDragon. Yeah, he is kind of mean tonight, ain't he? So, Joe, do we have any updates on your layout coming out soon? Awesome. That'd be cool. I'm looking forward to seeing the progress. I still got a lot of work to do on mine yet. I still haven't put the coal down for the mine yet. I haven't come around the bend yet to get the scenery in for the depot, which I'll get that at some point. I don't work on it every single day. And when the days that I do mess with it, sometimes I just end up running the trains around. But hey, it's relaxing. It's fun to watch. It's a good time to take the opportunity to chat with people in the chat room. So it's all good. It's good to see my train people in here and good to see my drone people in here. I started off just doing trains and I ended up getting into the drone. And I happen to like the drone. I don't know if everybody's seen any of my drone videos. I'm still learning to fly it. And I gotta tell you, I'm at a disadvantage with it because it is a micro drone. So it is harder to control that thing with it being so doggone small. But it's a good way to, get antiquated to it, I could say. Believe me, when I first turned it on and tried to fly it, it was all over the place. At least now I can keep it in an area. And I just started flying it, from like a piece of furniture to another piece of furniture. But my goal is to have it to where I can go ahead and fly it over the layout and take some aerial footage. Because it does have a little 4 gigabyte card that I can stick in there and do that with. Yeah, absolutely, Joe. Have you ever tried flying one of those little RC helicopters that you see the kids flying around on the TV? Them air hogs or whatever? It's about as hard as one of those. And if you've tried flying one of those before, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it just takes a little bit of practice and time is all. Then you start getting used to it. I'm pretty sure that if I was to go and buy me a bigger one, I'd have a lot more control over flying it. Well, I hear you. They are fun. And it's too small to go outside. But when I get a bigger one, I'm looking forward to that, taking it outside and really, getting going with it. But yeah, I mean, it's small. It's like half the size of a business card. You can't really take that outside and fly it around. The wind will blow it all over the place. I mean, even the bigger drones have issues with wind, so Oh yeah, absolutely. I was already looking at one of them, Sinister. I think it was that, the F-36. I think I was looking at that one. Yeah, Joe, it does. It has a camera on there. You can click a button on the control and it'll record, or you can click the other button on the control and it'll take a still. Is that the one that makes the F-36? Sinister? That might be the one I'm thinking about. I know they're like $20 or something to that effect. Matter of fact, Kim was flying one the other day on the live stream. He had it over there hovering right above Roger's head. Okay, yeah. Then yeah, that's the one I was looking at. And that's the same one Kim was flying around in that video. Yeah, and it does have that hover thing because he had it sitting there just hovering right above Roger's head, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, I have no doubt that I could probably fly that okay. Especially after, messing around with this other one I got. Because it doesn't have any of that on there. I mean, it's all about thumbs on that one. No hover control. Hey, Sinister, does the F-36 come with a camera or no? Yeah, I'm not sure either. My little HVD though, that one's got a camera. But like I said, it's hard to fly because it doesn't have any hover control on it. And I'll get that Nightbot fixed too, guys, where it doesn't do that no more for symbols and caps. Well, Jacob, I hope she does too. It's alright though, Nightbot was only doing its job. I didn't tell it to not do that, so that's my fault. Yes. Absolutely, whatever works for that road. Hey, Gaffer. Nightbot is one of them. There's others too. There's more than just besides Nightbot. He'll probably show up here in a minute. There goes NetDragon. Yeah, NetDragon, I will fix that for you to where that doesn't happen no more. I'll do that later on tonight. No worries. I don't want you getting timed out no more, Byron. Well, I appreciate being a good sport about it. Old Merkbots? I'm not sure what those are there. I suppose you guys do. But I mainly have Nightbot on there, just basically to remind people of Sparky's chat and Vinny's chat, and to basically, smash the like button. That's really what his main job is. I set some of his settings, it was pretty much that, and some words that shouldn't be used in chat. But I never really went in there to do anything about the other stuff that he has. Like I said, I'll fix that. No, you don't download it. You actually just go onto the website and you just sign into it and put in your channel ID and just make it a moderator. That's basically all it is. It's nothing you download at all. That's another thing I got to do at some point is make some moderators. Toy Man did that to me the other night. 2448 Toy Man. I was on his live stream. He was talking. And I basically said, that having a wrench wasn't no big deal. Then he stuck me with one. So I told him I was going to return the favor. Nightbot shushed you again? Hey, Sabo. I haven't even seen Nightbot show up in a minute. He'll probably be making his presence known in time, man. Yep, I know what you mean, Gaffer. That's what he did to me. Uh-oh. Nightbot gotcha. Yep, he timed you out for 10 minutes again. See what happens when you say Nightbot's name, he comes after you. Nope. Nightbot definitely is not playing. Looks like he got you too, Gaffer. No, it's not that you're shouting, it's just all the caps. He doesn't like all the caps. Looks like he got you for 5 seconds. That ain't bad. Not on my watch, he said. Maybe I should make him apologize to NetDragon. Yeah, Joe. I mean, he's pre-programmed when you go and you sign up for him. He's already pre-programmed with a bunch of stuff, like caps and excessive symbols, stuff of that nature. And then you can also add things to it. You know, like if you don't want certain words to be used, you know, like the whole gambit of cuss words. You know, you can always put that in there. So if somebody was to say one of those words, you know, it would time you out. But yeah, that's what he does. And then, of course, you can program to do the other stuff too, like you're seeing, you know, reminding you about Vinny's chat or Sparky's chat, or to smash the like button. Yeah, it's nice to have on the channel. You know, because, you know, unfortunately, you know, people do get trolls that are saying stuff they shouldn't say. And, you know, like right now, I don't have no moderators other than Nightbot, so he takes care of that stuff. And there's another one. Canadian Drone Hub live stream every morning at 8 o'clock. Yeah, so check that out too. Oh, if you just do a Google search for Nightbot, he'll pop up. He's real easy to use. You just basically sign into him and throw in your channel name and make him a moderator. It's really simple. Yeah, if you were using them on your channel, you'd be alright with them. See, and you can see right now, see what he's saying? Don't forget to check out the live stream for Vinny. That's basically what I got him for, stuff like that. I really didn't realize that he was doing the caps thing and the symbols thing until he started doing it. So that's just a setting I got to go in there and fix, and then he won't do it no more. But I'm doing good, GRE 2057. Hopefully everybody in here is doing good. And I got a combination of drone guys and train guys. So guys, you know, check out each other's channels, you know, support each other. Smash the like button. You can check out the Canadian Drone Hub, you know, every morning at 8 o'clock, or sometimes, yeah, actually do it on Saturday nights too. You know, around 7 o'clock. Check them out. You can check out Sparky on Wednesdays. You can check out Vinny on Fridays. Nightbot will remind you of the times. Absolutely, Joe. And if you want, I'll tell you what, Joe. You should check out some of these guys' videos that are doing drones. It'll blow your mind, brother, I'm telling you. Some of the stuff they do, you know, with all the flips and the rolls and all that, it's crazy. And especially when they get out there and they start doing a video of like cliffs over oceans. It's just amazing. Definitely should check it out, Joe. Yes, I know. He was on Scrumptious' channel doing the same stuff. You know, Scrumptious won't do no moderators. But I told him, I said, you know, I told him the right way to do stuff. I did. But he wouldn't listen. And I told him, I said, you know what, man, if you were on my live stream, I would have booted you. But I guess Scrumptious is nicer than me. Yes, they do. They absolutely do. And Joe, if you have questions about drones, go on to the Canadian Drone Hub live stream. They're on there in the morning time at 8 o'clock, or even Saturdays at 7 at night. You know, and they're on there for like 3 or 4 hours. You go on there, they're just loaded with drone people, and you can ask questions. Any of my drone guys that are in here now will tell you that. Yeah, definitely check them out. Actually, with you being a first responder, I'm kind of surprised that you haven't messed with the drone yet. Yeah, you could even go cheaper than that. You know, like we was talking about that F-36 earlier. You know, even something like that you can check out. I don't think it's got a camera on there, but I'm not sure. But even if it doesn't have a camera, for 20 bucks learning to fly it, it's worth it. Well, there you go. You can ask him some drone questions. It's all good. I'm trying GRE 2057. Like I said, I don't work on it 24/7. You know, I just, when I feel like messing with it, I do. And sometimes when I feel like messing with it, I end up just running the train. But it's all good. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I've already got your channel hooked up. Yep, I'll definitely get it checked out. Horseshoe Rail fan, how you doing? Good, good. I just got the trains going around the track. Both the engines that are running right now, they're both DCC. I got two more DCC engines, but they don't have the sound and the lights on them. Or they got the lights, they just don't have the sound. Then I have two DC engines. Then I have one DC steamer, but I think I done burnt it up. It's a school, right on. David Sims too, how you doing? Again, guys, I want to remind you, you know, just if there's somebody on here you don't know, check out the channel, see what they're about, support them, smash the like button. No worries, Jacob. I'll fix that with the Nightbot so it doesn't do that no more. Net Dragon is back. Yes, I know, but I told you I'll fix him, and I will. He's only doing his job. I've been meaning to ask you there, Net Dragon, did you have any luck looking on that Apple website? Hey Wilmer, how's it going? I'm just running the trains around, Wilmer. Talking about trains and drones. I was meaning to ask you if you had a chance to, or did you find anything you were looking for on that Apple website that we talked about a couple weeks ago? Looking for that at-home advisor position? I have more cars there, GRE, but they don't have the right couplers and I'm too lazy to change them. But I will. Just haven't got around to it. I'm actually waiting for Joe G's boxcar to get here because I don't know what coupler's on that one. So once I get that one, that's probably when I'll do the coupler changes. And I'm probably only going to do one coupler. That way the rest of them can pull with the old couplers. So it'll work that way. That way I don't have to change all of them. Cool, Net Dragon, cool. Knuckle couplers, okay. Well, I have the right ones, just haven't gotten around to doing them yet at all. It's a pretty good camera view of the layout, but oh no, there's just not enough light over there. There you go, Net Dragon. You can see how dark it is right now. I'm telling you, when those lights get put on there that I showed you guys earlier, that's really going to look nice. And they'll be right here in the yard. They'll be over here in the neighborhood where the houses are at. And over here in the town. Hey, look, Wilmer. I did some of the striping. Still have to put the other white stripe on there. I haven't got around to it yet. That's what it looks like. That's dark. It's dark over here now. Otherwise, you'd be able to see it better. But you get an idea anyway. Now remember, Wilmer, that's chalkboard paint that I used for the road. I just put that chalkboard paint right over top of that foam board. So I didn't use no builder's felt or anything like that. Just straight up chalkboard paint. And of course, you guys already know about the lake and the river. Yeah, that's what I'm doing all the roads with. Is it's all going to be chalkboard paint. It's a lot easier to work with than, you know, trying to put builder's felt down. Which, you know, you could do that, but I'm not doing that. Because then you got to cut it and all that craziness. I don't want to mess with none of that stuff. Hey, Jason. You do it. How you doing? Ethan, how you doing? I seen your tornado warning from the other day, Ethan. Very, very cool. And scary at the same time. Albert Turtle, how you doing? Ah, you're going to use the chalkboard paint or you're going to use builder's felt, Wilmer? Or some people even use the construction paper. Chalkboard paint worked a lot better for me. Yeah, awesome. Yep, I think you'll like it. Yeah, absolutely, guys. Hit that like button. Or like Nightbot says, smash it up. Yeah, absolutely. Now, we actually had bought chalkboard paint a while back, and we had took the pantry door that's in the kitchen, and we painted the chalkboard paint on it because she wanted to, Tracy, my wife, she wanted to be able to write stuff on the pantry door for reminders, you know, like grocery list or whatever. So I had the chalkboard paint already here at the house. I've had it for a while. So I thought, well, hell, I got to do something with roads, and I don't want to do all this other craziness stuff that people use. So I'll just use the chalkboard paint. It worked out pretty good. And I did buy, you know, regular chalkboard marker, but I just didn't have a steady enough hand for it to work. So I scrapped that and just went ahead and bought the striping from Highways and Byways and just used it. But it looks good, as you guys can see. And what Nightbot is forgetting to tell you is that this Wednesday, Sparky's going to be, he's actually going to be in Arizona with Vinny. He's going to be doing his live stream from there. And they're going to have some contest winner on that stream. So check it out. Yes, I know. He is, Joe, absolutely. He did a live stream earlier. It was fun to watch that. Matter of fact, Joe, I was kind of wondering why you weren't over there. You don't live too far from Sparky. Or not Sparky, but Vinny. Oh, tomorrow? Cool. That'll work. Yeah, Sparky's a good guy. Absolutely, Albert. Absolutely. I think everybody should have a train set. I think one of the first train sets that my dad had bought, I'm not even sure what year it was. I'm just going to have to guesstimate it. It was probably like 1975, somewhere in that area. I remember him having it downstairs on the basement floor. It might have just been an oval, I'm not even sure. Not even sure what brand it was. It might have been Lionel, I'm not even sure. But it had a steamer engine. And it was the kind that you had to go ahead and put the oil in it, and it smoked as it went. That was amazing. I still remember that. And that was like when I was like 5 or 6 years old. I've always had a train, you know, ever since then. And I have no idea whatever happened to that train set either. I think the next train set I got was a HO scale Tyco. But I don't remember what happened to that one either. That was when I was, you know, pre-teens, I think. You know how it is when you're a kid, man. You know, next thing you know, you go to look for a toy and it's gone because your mom or whatever put it in a yard sale. So that could have been what happened to it. I'm not really sure. So I didn't get my next train set probably till about 5 or 6 years ago. And that was that Bachmann And that was that Prairie Flyer. And that's where that steamer that I showed you earlier came from. But Bachmann track, you know, to be honest with you guys, Bachmann track, I just don't like it. I prefer the Kato track. So I switched out all the Bachmann track for the Kato track. And the two engines I got, Northern Pacific one, they're both Bachmann engines, both the DCC ones are. Matter of fact, all the DCC engines are Bachmann. Before I switched over to the Kato, the next Bachmann set I bought was that Golden Spike. And the only reason I bought it was for the DCC controller and the DCC engines. Looks like he got you there, Gaffa. That's cool, Joe. He's going to enjoy those for sure. I've seen the one that you did for Container Man too, those trucks. Putting your logo on them, that's cool. Nope. Nightbot's on the tear tonight, huh? No, he got you for 5 seconds. Right on. That's what I'm saying. I was young like that too. 5, 6, 7, I'm not really sure. I don't remember too much about it other than it was a steamer and it smoked. That much I remember. And I'm pretty sure it was an HO scale. I have no idea what happened to it. Matter of fact, it seems like I only remember seeing it the one time. Push the limit on the trucks, eh? I hear you. Maybe it's because all of her words were all caps, Gaffer. I think that might have been what it was. All of her words were caps. How big is it? It starts right here. Goes that way and then comes over here. That's pretty much it there in a nutshell. It's about 8 foot one way and then it goes 3 foot the other. But of course you're adding 3 foot onto that 3 foot because it's 3 foot wide. So from the 3 foot wide there's another 3 foot of section, so it's like 8 by 6 I guess you could say. Something like that. Here, let me help you understand a little better. So from here going this way, it's 8 foot. And then from right there in the corner going back this way, it's 6 foot. But of course 3 foot of this is because of it's 3 foot wide. If that makes any sense. Hey, as long as you're having fun, that's all that matters. I really got to get some work on this scenery over here. But I just haven't figured out how my roads are going to look over here on this other end of the layout yet. It's one of the reasons why I really haven't got over here to do anything yet. I'm kind of holding off just to make sure I'm going to do what I'm going to do before I do it. If that makes sense. Yes, it's in scale. Absolutely, Wilmer. That's what it's all about, having fun. And no worries, Joe. When I get that boxcar, I'll be doing a mail call video for that. Probably running around on the train track, too. Even thought about doing something with one of my industries because I haven't decided what my industries are going to be, so maybe one of my industries can be a brewery or something. So do you got more Firehouse Whiskey stickers? I mean, is that something that we can buy and you can send out, or what's the deal with that? Yep. Yep, I know it. Firehouse Whiskey. But the question is, Joe, is do you sell the stickers separately to where you can like mail them out to somebody and they can attach them to one of their buildings or not? Awesome. I might have to email you later about that then. You're going to have that on your layout too, the Firehouse Whiskey building, right? Now we're going to see a whole fleet of the Firehouse Whiskey's boxcars in front of it. 'Cause I'll tell you, that would look really, really cool. How you doing, Jennifer? Yeah, Nightbot's been on a tear tonight, guys. If you put too many caps in there or too many symbols, he'll get you. Awesome, Joe, awesome. And as you can see, Sparky has missed another live stream. But we're not going to blame him for it because I know he's with Vinny. I'll tease him about it though. I'll wait till he's home and then I'll tease him about it. Well, hey, I know that they said that they was going to go hit up Taco Bell, so I know he likes Taco Bell. Yeah, they're probably still over there running them trains around. I don't know if you guys have seen Vinny's layout, but his is he's got a pretty big layout. If you ever want to check them out, it's BNSF 6951. That's Vinny. Check out his channel. You'll like the layout he's got. Wilmer, Wilmer, that don't even sound right, brother. Absolutely. I hear you, Jacob. Dodger Bend. If you have a backyard, you can always put up a shed and put it in there. Oh, you're right. He's saying the wrong time, ain't he? Yeah, I have to fix that too on Nightbot. I think it meant to put in there 6 p.m. Central. Nothing wrong with being early, though. Yeah, I hear you. Right on. Put up a pole barn, absolutely. Have yourself a massive layout that way. I'll tell you one thing that we need though. We need more model railroad clubs. There's just simply not enough of them. And nobody wants to see this kind of stuff die off, you know. And a lot of people think that it's kind of going that way, but I don't know. There's still a lot of young people who get into it. But having more clubs would definitely help. I do have some Woodland Scenics ballast. But all the track that you're seeing right now, it's all cattle track, so it's not ballasted. It's just, that's the way the cattle track is. And I'm not going to ballast this track. In certain spots I'll put some down, but other than that, it's not going to have none on here. It doesn't really need it. I mean, this isn't, you know, a situation where I'm doing just plain track with cork beds where you need to ballast that. This has already got that stuff built into it, and it's good enough. But who knows? I mean, everything, you know, it's a hobby, so that could change moving down the line. Well, I don't think Nightbot has the ability to actually ban you, so that won't happen. How you doing there, HON Scale Ralph Fanning? Just running the trains around, having fun with Nightbot. All right. So when I first started this stream, I had some issues with one of my trains derailing. Let's flip the switch and see what happens. If it's going to do it, it'll be in the camera view that it's in now. It'll be coming by the depot here in a minute. So far, so good. Can't get a better view. Ah. That should work. Alright, he's coming around again in front of the depot. So far, so good. Not yet, Wilmer. I have the lights to do it. I just have not put them out yet. Got two different kinds. I got regular, like neighborhood kind, and I got the double-sided industrial kind. But no, I haven't installed them yet. I just don't look forward to drilling holes. I still got some switches I got to do too. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Still got 9 switches I got to put holes in for. And every time I do that, I got to bust out the vacuum cleaner because it leaves, you know, the foam board crap all over the floor. And Tracy doesn't want the dogs to get it. She's afraid they'll eat it. Well, GRE 2057, I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. Lived there for about 32 years before moving to Missouri. My wife Tracy said, if you want to get married, you got to come to Missouri, so I left Detroit. Now I'm in Joplin, Missouri. That's why you keep, you know, hearing me talk about that Joplin Union Depot. It's on my layout. You can always see some videos on my channel in regards to it as well. But John Tanzillo built that for me on his 3D printer. Then I went ahead and put it together, painted it, weathered it, did the landscaping that you currently see on it. And you can see all those videos on my channel if you want to check them out. But I wanted to put a piece of, you know, the Joplin history on here, and that's why I did it. Because it's still standing. They won't tear it down or nothing because it's a registered landmark now. And they've thought about, you know, having, you know, other developers move into it, you know, to make it like a little office complex or like some shops in there or something to that effect. But all the developers want to just tear it down, and the city of Joplin won't let them do it. So it still sits there vacant, but I did my best to try to bring it back to some of its glory days by putting it on the layout. So that's what I did with it. We have a roundhouse here in Joplin too, which I thought about putting a Kato roundhouse on the layout, but I decided against it. And the only reason is, I was looking at the one that Mike Pfeiffer put on his website, on his layout, and obviously it works great and all, but there's just not much you can do to it, as far as, weathering and painting and stuff. If I was going to do something like that, I'd probably do a Walthers roundhouse. And one of those, you kind of got to it's got to be, got to dig out some of the foam, so you can get it set in there right. And I just don't feel like doing none of that. Yeah, Google Hangouts. Yep. You're right, GRE 2057. I know it's a bad place. I still have family there. I used to live in Wayne, Michigan, which is about 20 miles south of Detroit. And when I was growing up, it was an okay place to be, Of course, everybody was still working for Fords and all that back then. But nowadays, man, you got crackheads running around there. It's just not safe. All the roads are bad, filled with potholes. So yeah, I was glad I got out of there when I did. When my grandparents passed away, the house that they had in Wayne, normally it probably would have sold for about $100,000, but when they passed away, they ended up selling it for $25,000, and that's just a shame. But that's just the way it was, The economy just got bad and it wasn't worth anything no more. Oh, Wilmer, it wasn't no harder to paint than a regular model that you would buy. And it's got thicker walls, so it's kind of more sturdy than just the regular model that you get nowadays. But yeah, it was easy to paint, no different than any other regular model. Yep, and that's where I grew up there, GRE 2057. Yeah, well, there ain't no hobby shops around here no more either. They all closed. So when I order something, I pretty much got to do it online. And lately, everything that I've been buying lately, I've been buying from Mike Pfeiffer. From Mike Pfeiffer Hobby. Or Pfeiffer Hobby Supply. He's a good guy, and he's a fellow, model railroader. I had bought some Unitram track from him, and he didn't have any in stock, so he had to order it, from Japan. And he got it to me pretty quick too. It wasn't one of those things where you had to wait for weeks and weeks and weeks for it to clear customs or anything. He got here pretty doggone quick. I was impressed. But he's a good guy. He's got good prices, and he doesn't do you wrong. So if any of you guys, don't have a place to order stuff from, you might want to consider that. Pfeiffer Hobby Supply. Yes, I was. I was in Joplin when that thing hit. Matter of fact, I was standing on my back deck, and it's hard to talk about, to be honest with you, but that's something I'll never want to go through again, let me say that. But anyway, I was out on my back deck when that thing come along. And the hospital that it hit, the St. John's Hospital, It's pretty much, basically directly in my backyard. And when I was out there was a big, big solid black cloud coming. Pretty much what it looked like. And of course the tornado siren had went off probably about 10 minutes before that. But, living down here in Missouri, you kind of see the tornado sirens a lot, without anything ever happening. This time was different though. So the tornado siren did go off about 10 minutes prior. And of course, I'm going to go out there and see what's going on because I'm originally from Detroit, so we never had tornado sirens in Detroit, but so I'm already kind of looking around thinking, am I going to see a tornado or what's going on? So I had just got done lighting up a cigarette because I was still smoking at the time. And I saw that the cloud, it was just black and nasty looking. And the tornado siren went off again, and I started seeing a bunch of blue flashes. And then, and then there it was. It just smashed into the hospital. I was like, oh, hell no. Really didn't have no time to get down downstairs. But by the time I got, because I come right into the house and went downstairs into the basement. And no sooner did I get down there did it hit the house. And all you could smell is rain and freshly broke wood. Because it was, it did a number. Trees and everything. There was raining down into the basement. Leaves were blowing into the basement. That's all you smelled was freshly broken wood. Horrible. By the time I come upstairs, went outside where the front deck was at. It wasn't nothing. It was just gone. Everything was just gone. You would look down the street and see a bunch of trees, and that's pretty much all you can see is the first couple trees. Right after that, you'd probably see, 10, 15 blocks. Go out to the back of the house, where normally you'd see just a couple trees and garages and houses. You didn't see that either. See clear on down onto the other side of the hospital with nothing in the way. A lot of people died. When I was out there standing out there after time started to go by, they was pretty much grabbing people up the best they could, and they was throwing them into the back of pickup trucks. Oh crap. This phone wants to die off on me. There. Sorry guys. Let me just finish up my story real quick about that tornado. But anyway, they were pretty much hauling bodies, in back of the pickup trucks. They were doing the best they could to get that stuff cleaned up. And they didn't have nowhere to put them. So they were taking them up to the Papa John's on the corner, and they was putting them in the Papa John's freezer. They didn't have no choice. They didn't have nowhere else to put them, so they had to do something. They just couldn't leave, a bunch of people out there, all dead and stuff on the streets. The hospitals were just overwhelmed. It's just a bad deal altogether, man. People coming in there with, there were some people that had poles through them. It was a bad deal. But anyway, never want to go through that again, that's for sure. Absolutely. They did a pretty good job, getting everything rebuilt. And there's a lot of businesses that never came back. And then there's some that did, and then some new ones as well. But it's all good. I can say one good thing about it. You know, they put in a whole lot of brand new houses. And because of that, it helped out the property value. I can say that. Then all the new stuff that they had to do to this house here, you know, that helped too. All new roof, all new windows and doors, siding, decks. I had a privacy fence. It was gone. My in-ground pool was just filled with everything you could possibly think of. You know, and I had no choice but to get out there and go through it because there was a possibility there could have been bodies in there or body parts. But after I pulled out everything out of the pool that I could pull out, including a pair of dentures, I had no choice but to drain it because there was just too much soot in there from like shingles. Because every time I tried to clean it, it would just clog everything up. So I had no choice. I had to drain it. And there was a whole lot of shingle soot in there. And there were a couple spots that had to be patched too, you know, from whatever hitting it and put a hole in the liner. But it's all good. But that's what tornadoes do. And it was an F5. Strong enough to push that hospital off its foundation. That's why they tore it down. Hopefully we don't never get nothing like that again. That was scary as hell. I'll be the first to admit it. When I went outside and saw all that devastation, it brought tears to my eyes. But anyway. But this phone's plugged in now because it's wanting to die off. Alright, so I didn't really follow the chat when I was talking about all that stuff. I don't think you can report Nightbot there, Gaffa. How you doing, HO Railroad? Yeah, I don't have a power cord over there where the train is at, so I'm way over here now. Actually, well, no. It's actually plugged into the computer, so. Yeah, you know, a hurricane, that's even worse because those are sustained winds for hours upon hours. Tornadoes ain't like that. It just comes through and it's gone. It doesn't sit there for hour upon hour. You're going to try? Okay. But if you guys don't have a train set, you should consider getting one. HO set, N scale set, they even make them smaller than that or even bigger than that. There's a G scale, which is like big enough to where it could be out in your garden. Some of those are just battery operated with the remote control, which is nice. Or O scale is kind of in between the G scale and the HO scale. And you got the Z scale, which is smaller than the N scale. But yeah, check it out. Check out a train set, you know, pick one up. If anything, you know, run it around the Christmas tree for the holiday. You reported Nightbot? Awesome. T-scale? Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that, though. I'm not even sure I've even heard of T-scale, to be honest with you. Z-scale, yeah. But it's fun. It's something to do. It's a hobby. It, you know, gives me something to do too. And it's really much in place of me smoking is what it is. Keeps me occupied. So with doing that and getting on here and doing chat, it's all good. Ah. Yeah, both of the ones that are running now are both sound. I've got 4 DCCs. 2 of them are sound, 2 of them are not. And then I got 3 DC engines, but one of them is burnt up. Actually, I had 4. The 4th one I kind of took apart thinking I was going to fix it, and well, that didn't work out too well. But that's alright, I don't care. I only paid a few dollars for it anyway, so that's one of the reasons why I tore it apart to begin with. So I didn't care about that one. And that was a Santa Fe engine. I still have it. Probably end up using it as a dummy engine. I don't have the parts for the engine part of it no more. Like the little shaft and the gears. I don't know where they went. That might be in a box somewhere, I'm not sure. It was on the old layout, so it could have gotten thrown out, I'm not sure. Yeah, DC's okay, but the problem with the DC is that, you can't run multiple, locomotives at one time is really what it is. Not unless they're like separated. See, with the DCC, you don't have to do that. You can, run them all at the same time. Or you can run them together. You just don't have that kind of control with the DC. Because more than likely, you're going to have one engine that's going to be faster than the other. Well, yeah, you could go ahead and take some DC engines and convert them over to DCC, absolutely. That's not something that I would do, though. I just don't feel like messing with that. I'll leave that to the younger guys. That's what I did, Wilmer. I quit cold turkey myself. Just got up one morning, smoked the last cigarette, and said, "The hell with it," and I'm done. And that's what I did. Stopped right then and there. Then I told Tracy, instead of spending, the $20, $25 a week that I was using to buy with smokes with, I'm going to put it into my layout. And that's what I did. Oh, you got timed out again, huh? That's what he does when you put it all in caps. He gets you. That's awesome, Wilmer. That's awesome. I quit November of last year, so it's rolling on a year for me. Yep, mine was cold turkey too. You know what? I would agree. When I bought mine, I got it on sale. I actually bought it from Micromark. And it was on sale for like $130, so I bought 2 at one time. And they work fantastic. No issues. They got good sound, got good light. They got a few other features. I don't even know what all the features are for them, to be honest with you. I don't read the instructions, so hell with it. Matter of fact, that DCC controller come with a DV, DVD. Tells you how to do all the stuff, like running concise and all that, but haven't looked at it to figure it out. I never planned on running them together, so maybe one day. But when it comes to Nightbot, he originally was just there to, just send out those reminders about the live streams and to smash the like button. He really wasn't supposed to be sitting there timing people out or nothing. That's just a feature that I didn't know it had, and I just haven't changed it, is all. But I told NetDragon I'd fix it so that don't happen to her no more. So I will. Stormy Girl T, how's it going? Scrumptious, what's going on there, brother? Who got banned? Oh, did he? Good. He should have listened. I tried telling him. I told him how to do it the right way, and he wouldn't listen. And I told him in Scrumptious' chat if he was on my live stream, I would have booted him myself. But Scrumptious, he's a nice guy. I'm mean, so he didn't do it. But I would have. Absolutely, brother, absolutely. I haven't checked the count yet, Scrumptious, so I don't know where we're at. Are we still only a couple apart? I don't know. Matter of fact, if you guys haven't supported Scrumptious, you got to check out his channel and support him. He needs the support. He's trying to beat me to 1,000. I don't know if he'll be able to do it though, but he's going to give it a go. $9.18, not bad. We're getting there. Where you at, Scrumptious? Do you know? Am I pulling away from you? Only by 4? It's gonna be a close one. It's gonna be a neck and neck all the way to the finish. 8:15. I thought it was 9:15. He's at 8:15. I thought he was at 9:15. Wow. That's what I thought it was. I was going to say, I know YouTube takes away subscribers, but 100 of them? Holy moly. Wouldn't surprise me, though. I lost 10 in one night and got them back by next morning. I don't know why it does that. Alright guys, check out Scrumptious' channel. Give him some support if you can. I know he wants to beat me to 1,000. Alright Gaffy, you have a good night, brother. Did you do a live stream today, Scrumptious? Are you still thinking about changing your name too, or no? Oh, cool. I have to check it out. Yeah, I was over there by the train layout, but battery went dead on the phone, so I had to move over here. But I think we're gonna unplug it and go back by the train layout so you guys can. Jeez, maybe not. Maybe we'll just have to hold it up. That's what the layout looks like. Would love to get you closer, but this phone is gonna die as soon as I unplug it. Got the battery drained pretty good on it, but you can always check it out in the. Watch the live stream from the beginning anyway. All right, GRE 2057. I'll hold it. Just hit OK. I'm gonna be ending the stream here in a minute anyway, so. Alright, Scrumptious. There's the engine shed. There's my steamer that I burnt up. There's an industry. There's an oil refinery. Here's the train yard. There's the Joplin Depot that John Tanzillo built. There's an industry back there. Here's some towns where the houses are at. River and lake. I know it's kind of dark. Here's my dirt road that I built. Hard to see it, I know. And there's the town. And then there's the mine. So that's a real quick, fast showing of what the layout looks like anyway. Now you got to see it. Of course the lighting is bad in here, so it really doesn't do it much justice. But I plan on installing my lights for the that I bought on eBay that came from Japan. So I got lights that I'm going to put in on the layout. Sort of like what Toy Man did on his. Those will look pretty good once we get on there. Alright, well, it's going on 2 hours, guys. And this phone here, I just unplugged it so it ain't going to last long. So I wanted to come over here by layout. Just give a quick tour real quick. So I think we're going to go ahead and end the live stream for the night. I appreciate everybody coming by and checking it out and chatting. It's been fun. If you missed anything, you can always rewatch the stream. Somewhere over here I'm going to be putting that Bigfoot that I got from Pfeiffer Hobby Supply. But I'll do some more work on it at some point. Thank you, Scrumptious. And Net Dragon, don't worry, I'll go ahead and fix those adjustments on the night bot so it don't happen no more. Alright guys, you guys have a great night, and remember, it ain't a mountain if you don't climb it.